Good morning. This is Phil, and it's Thursday, April 20th, 2023. It's 4:20. This is a day that's pretty famous in pot smoking circles because of the legislation that was brought out, I believe, in California about making pot legal. I guess that's what it was about. Anyway, it's a big pot smoking day, and within limitations, and if you can handle it, have a spleef for me. I can't handle it. I can't smoke pot because something people don't talk about pot is that marijuana has THC in it, and THC collects in the brain. And what it does is it creates a situation where it can lower your intellect, your ability to do complex tasks. It also can deprive you of motivation. On the plus side of that situation is if you're a very aggressive person, smoking pot can mellow you out and make you a person who society does not have to attack as a criminal and put you in jail. So it's a two-sided thing. There are people who can handle pot and have a job and who it helps, and then there are people like me who cannot smoke pot because you cannot continue. You have to be able to understand that time is passing by and that you have things you have to do, and there are things that you have to do, and it's not going to have. You don't live in a world where an adult has somebody else to do your responsibilities for you. That's not realistic, and that's a big problem today, is that our children are growing up being protected by parents who are not preparing them to take care of their own responsibilities. And you know, this is not pot's fault. This is not marijuana's fault. Okay, marijuana is one way of relaxing, and if it's done responsibly, you know, not exposing other people to it, then it's really no different than having a beer. But like I said, like certain people can't drink alcohol, certain people can't smoke pot. And the bad thing about pot is that every time you smoke it, it drops that chemical in your brain, and it leaves a little bit behind after the high is gone. And it can actually create a situation where you're smoking pot and you're no longer smoking pot to get high. You're just smoking pot because that's what you do. It's the same thing when you're drinking beer. If you're drinking beer, you can drink beer, and when you first start drinking it, you get drunk. And then the more beer you drink, you no longer get drunk. You're just drinking the beer to drink the beer. It's a habit. Unfortunately, in the case of marijuana, unlike beer, you can stop drinking beer and your mental acuity stays relatively where it was at. It actually gets better after you stop drinking alcohol. It can get almost immediately better. In this case of pot, it can take a long time for the effects of the pot to go away. People have smoked pot for years. It can take as much as a year for your brain to clear from this fog that pot puts in your head. So it's just something that you need to know about if you're going to partake of smoking pot. Or I don't know if eating gummies is the same way. I would assume that the chemical arrives in your brain via the bloodstream the same way, so it's probably the same thing. So you just got to be aware that, you know, the longer you smoke pot, you know, you are getting an effect past the point where you're getting high. And like I said, in some people it actually has a benefit because it mellows them out. You know, I had a friend who used to smoke pot, and if he didn't smoke pot, he would be in jail for murder right now. I just have no doubt. Instead, he's running several pawn shops, and he's been really good with money, and you know, God has blessed him. And if pot was not in his life, if alcohol was in his life, he would have been in jail repeatedly. So, but for me, if I smoked pot, I would be a vegetable. I wouldn't be able to turn this computer on and string together rational thoughts. You would be laughing at me as some imbecile, more than what I am now. Well, we got to do an exercise program. I'm not here to lecture anybody, but I'm just wanting to pass on some facts. But of course, when you got to do the exercise, it is important for your physical trainer to get involved. Yes, I love you too, you little monster. And of course, my physical trainer came out of her window as soon as I turned on the camera, because she wants to be a movie star. I don't know why you do this stuff with him, but okay, I don't mind. Always happy to see you. Yes, I am. I'm going to squeeze it. Knucklehead. Look at Knucklehead. I'm going to snip. I'm going to snip a tail. I'm going to get it. Snip. Snip. Snip, snip. Little monster. Yes, it's the little monster. What are you doing, monster? Oh, it's so scary. It's a cat. Oh my God, it's a wild animal. Yes, it is. Oh my God. How could you stand it as an animal? Look, she's looking at me like he's crazy. That guy's crazy. Yes, he is. Oh, wow. Come on. You're silly. You're the silliest thing I know. What are you doing? Nobody said you could lay on the floor. I gotta do an exercise. You little monster. Go cut it. I got it. Cut it on. Cut it. It's oil. What are you doing? What are you doing? Nobody said you could lay on the floor. Nobody. What are you doing? This is Spool Bratimus. Prissy. Her name is Prissy. And boy, she does not like another cat in the house, I can tell you that. And she just got the crap scared out of herself with a bag, paper bag. Oh, you gonna kick me? Are we gonna kick now? Oh, we're gonna cook now? Huh? Little monster. And she thought it was me. She thought the paper bag was me. But I think she's worked that out. I think she realizes that she made a mistake, don't you? What if I snip that? I'm gonna snip it here. Yeah, that got a reaction. I love you too. You are such a box of rocks. Yes, you are. What is it? I don't know what it is. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Look at that. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look. Look. Look at the hateful. Look at the hateful. She got that leg on my foot. Look at it. Look, look, look. Look at the hateful. She's the hateful. Look. It's hateful. I'm going to get it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. Look at hateful. Okay, hateful. Okay, we're about done. You know when you start throwing them rear claws, because them rear claws hurt like hell. You got some razor blades on the rear claws. This is a lesson about cats. They have two modes, nice and automatic. And when they drop into automatic, they don't mean to hurt you. It's just what they do as a wild creature, because inside every cat is a wild creature. And this one here, she's a very loving and wonderful kitten. And then she's a killer. So you never want, once she gets excited, you want to leave her alone. See, look at her. Oh, she's so cute. And then she slams them frickin' 2-inch claws in my frickin' hand. Yes, you did, hateful. Look at hateful, yes. She said, put your hand down here where I can stick my claws in it again, Daddy, please. I just want to stick my claws in your damn hand, you fool. Such a hateful little mess. But I love her. She's alright. Yeah. She's my little schizo cat. No, I see it coming. Yeah, I see it coming. I'm gonna get it. No. No, I'm not. I'm not volunteering. I'm not volunteering for the for the Claw Army. No, I'm not. Look at that face. Look at that face. Okay, you ready? Okay, back to the window she goes. Thank you, honey. All right, here we go. Let's knock this out. 420. Yeah, baby. Ugh. The marijuana workout. Ugh. Ugh. God. Lord in heaven, please bless us today. Give us a good day. Please watch over us. Forgive us for our weaknesses and our sins and our transgressions. Please guide us and slap us right in our teeth when we're morons and help us to be better than we would be by ourselves. Please send those guardian angels always, Lord. Please thank you for them guardian angels because we work them overtime. Thank them for helping us. All right. Individual nihilist, 20. Double D lifts, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Individual straight leg list, 20. Double straight leg lifts, 20. Triumph Crunch, 20. Wee doggy. Triumph Crunch 20. Ugh. 20 sit-ups. 2, 3, 22. Okay. Thank you to God in heaven for giving us this wonderful day. Thank you for getting us out of bed, putting the fire in this body, and giving us a direction. And that direction is simply spread some joy in this world, please. I put a lot of work in you, and I know that this life is tough. But please, through your example, just show that I love these people. Be a good example for me, Phil, please. I put a lot of work into you. I gave you a wonderful mother and a wonderful father. I brought you to a wonderful wife who had to go home. Along the way, you've been held up by every wonderful spirit I brought into your life along the way, and I still will bring wonderful spirits every day you're here. All you have to do is open your eyes to see them and appreciate them. This life is not a hateful thing, but it is a challenge every day. And the greatest way you can survive this challenge is by never passing on any of the hate this life gives you. Always pass on the love that I put in your spirit. Please, Phil, be a good example, okay? Alright, let's do 20 push-ups. Let's dedicate these 20 push-ups to my mother, who was an awesome, awesome mom, as so many mothers are. 20 push-ups. Thank you, Mom. So we are up off the ground. And you know what that means. What that means is that we are doing better than a whole lot of people our age who cannot get up off the ground because they just worked their whole life. They worked 16 hours a day. They drove 2-3 hours a day to and from work. They got home in enough time to eat a meal and die. Turned around the next day, did the same thing. 30 years later, they can't even get out of a car, much less get off the floor. Please help them get physical therapy. Please, if you're having trouble getting off the floor, start a training session of just lay on the floor on your back, roll around on your sides, roll over on your face, bring your arms in like this, bring your knees up, grab a couch, bring yourself up off the floor. It's very important. This thing I tell you about Diet Pepsis and Diet Cokes with the Aspartame and the Splenda Sucralose, that shit damages your brain. It takes away your ability to freaking do shit. That shit's poison. So please stay away from that shit. Alright. I got a workout program to do. Let's knock this out. Stomach tensions. 20. Low and slow hip thrusts. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2. Okay. Squats. Always, always, always be careful with squats. Your knees carry about 4/5 of your body weight above them every day. On each knee. So if you weigh 200 pounds like I do, that's about 170 pounds on each knee every time you walk. You don't need to use weights to strain these knees. You're already straining your knees with your upper body weight every day. So please be careful. 20 squats. Okay? Here we go. Oxygen break. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. 5.5 pound weights. Whew. Wrist curls 20.
Inside curls 20. Standard curls 20. Okay. Double straight ups 20. Individual curls 20. Individual straight ups 20. That's a good breath right there, bro. Oh, that's a good breath. Up through the nostrils. Your nose conditions the air. Warms it, humidifies it. So as you breathe it in, there's a lot less strain and a lot more concentrated oxygen that your lungs get. So breathe in through your nose if you can as much as possible. That's good stuff. Okay. Flying curls, 20. That is the end of the No Damn Choice workout. I do 2 more exercises, which is 10 standard curls and 10 double straight ups with a 20-pound weight in each hand. All right. All right. The bill. Bill for Thursday, 4/20/2023 is paid. One thing I will say about marijuana and pot is this. It is one of the dirtiest drugs you can be exposed to for
for any employee drug test. And you do not have to be smoking it to peg on an employee drug test. If you're giving your son or your daughter a ride and they're smoking their marijuana cigarette in the car and you're breathing that in, you're getting exposed to THC and you could potentially peg on an employee drug test. Also, the time span for when marijuana stays dirty in your blood for an employee drug test is as long as 3 months. So you could smoke a doob in April, May, June, July, you could peg dirty on a test. So that's something to realize if you are subject to employee drug tests, that you could, if you're around it and you're breathing it in, just breathing it in can make you peg dirty on a drug test. So it's something you need to know. But I have no hate for people who smoke pot as long as they're able to maintain jobs and support themselves. I do have problems with anybody who is so messed up in the head that, and voluntarily messed up in the head by doing some drug, that they require us to pay for them to have a place to live and a place to sleep so they can continue to use their drugs. That's just no way to live, and we should not condone that or promote that. And that goes for the same as people doing drugs, and alcohol is a drug too. If you're such an alcoholic that you need people to support you so you can keep getting drunk, that's got to stop. Please find an exercise program that works for you and do it every day. It's very important. I feel blessed that God brought this exercise program to me, and you are welcome to use it. I would also recommend that if you don't use any part of it, just the part that's on the floor, laying on the floor and drawing your knees back, you know, doing the individual knee lifts and doing the double knee lifts, and then doing the individual straight leg lifts and doing the double leg lifts. Just those 4 exercises will help your back immensely if you have back pain. And but the whole exercise program is designed so you start on the floor, you wind up standing, and it gives your body and your brain a discussion that they seldom have otherwise. And your brain and your body are 2 distinct entities here. You live in the brain, okay? But you also live in the body. Unfortunately, the body gets kicked down as second citizen often. And the body's just there trying to help you stay alive. And believe me, the body will tell you if it gets disrespected enough. It'll tell you. And you won't like what it has to say. So the No Damn Choice workout is about a coming together of body and brain together in appreciation, so that they can work together for you every day, so that no matter what life throws at you, you have a good, stable, physical health condition to deal with it. And along with that stable health condition, that stable body condition, comes a spiritual peace